What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Tuesday, March 31st, 2015, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter @The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. During a press conference Tuesday, Indiana Governor Mike Pence announced he will work to craft new legislation this week that outlaws businesses from discriminating against LGBT customers. The governor said, announcing after much thought and consultation with people in the state, "I have abhorred discrimination." He decided to spearhead new language in the legislation that will make it clear businesses can't deny services to anyone. The governor criticized the media. Some of the national reporting on this has been ridiculous, saying the media has misrepresented the law since it was passed and has been irresponsible. Pence appeared on This Week with George Stephanopoulos Sunday, refusing to answer a yes or no question on whether the law gives license to discriminate against LGBT people. Pence said, "If we focus on the principal misperception, we will garner support." He continued, "I don't support discrimination against gays or lesbians or anyone else. No one should be harassed or discriminated against because of who they are or who they love." The governor said the issue of discrimination has been a guiding principle throughout his life, citing Martin Luther King Jr. as one of his heroes in his life. He also said working with Congressman John Lewis on the 45th anniversary of the Selma March and walking across the historic bridge with him was one of the best experiences of his life. Pence concluded that it's, quote, deeply offensive to him and millions of Hoosiers that they've been labeled as discriminator over a law that he claims doesn't discriminate. It should be noted, Pence has been rumored to be a presidential contender on the Republican side. Seth Myers ripped Indiana Governor Mike Pence on Monday for doing a terrible job defending the state's controversial anti-LGBT law to the media. Myers said Governor Pence appeared on ABC's This Week yesterday to clarify the law and ensures everyone it wasn't discriminatory, and he did what could be only described as a terrible job. The late-night host first spliced up a montage of George Stephanopoulos grilling the embattled politician on the show by focusing on Pence, starting multiple answers with George. Myers joked, "No one is better at playing yes, no, or George than Governor Mike Pence. Thanks to Pence, Indiana passed a law that on the SATs you can answer true, false, or Linda." Myers then took on defenders of the law who claimed Bill Clinton signed a similar law by pointing out Clinton's law protecting Native Americans from being fired if they accepted peyote during their religious ceremonies and didn't discriminate against LGBT people. Myers said, "Remember when Bill Clinton signed the law, gay marriage wasn't legal. In fact, the only people who could imagine legal gay marriage in 1993 were the people taking peyote." Trevor Noah's surprising appointment to The Daily Show host Monday was the talk of Twitter, but some past comments from the South African comedian have surfaced to a negative reaction on social media. Comedy Central's president praised the 31-year-old stand-up star as wicked funny upon announcing him as Jon Stewart's replacement, and he wasn't alone. Many on Twitter were ecstatic over his appointment to the network's satirical staple. Chris Rock pointed to another trailblazer. "Thank you, President Obama," he tweeted. But amid positive tweets about Noah's stand-up in South Africa and support for his global appeal came mentions of past tweets he penned about Jews and women. He wrote in one tweet, "Behind every successful rap billionaire is a double as rich Jewish man." Hashtag beats by Drado. And then another tweet says, "This guy seems to have the problem with Jews. What's that called again?" Hashtag Daily Show @Trevor Noah. In another tweet, he wrote, South Africans know how to recycle like Israel knows how to be peaceful." The tweets also extended into controversial comments about women. In one tweet, he wrote, "So I must make my women fear my penis?" Retweet @UberFacts, "The more you fear something, the bigger it appears." Another tweet, he wrote, "A hot white woman with ass is like a unicorn. Even if you do see one, you'll probably never get to ride it." And one more tweet, "Oh yeah, the weekend. People are going to get drunk and think that I'm sexy. Fat chicks everywhere." Legendary comedian Roseanne Barr also had a response for Noah. She wrote, @Trevor Noah, "You should cease sexist and anti-Semitic humor about Jewish women in Israel." Hashtag Comedy Central. Comedy Central did not immediately respond to the rap's request for comments regarding Noah's past social media comments. Zayn Malik's first solo song has hit the web less than a week after the singer announced he was leaving One Direction. I Won't Mind is an acoustic ballad produced by UK producer Naughty Boy. The soulful and bared tune suggests Malik is ready to launch his solo career a lot sooner than fans expected, since he recently said in an interview that his immediate plans after leaving the chart-topping boy band were to write, relax, and chill. Naughty Boy tweeted a link to the song on his SoundCloud account late Monday, but the file has since been removed. The demo angered One Direction member Louis Tomlinson, who called the producer inconsiderate for releasing the track. Tomlinson added, "I was talking about the video you tweeted, clearly trying to wind the fans up. Well, you succeeded anyways. Fair play." Tomlinson has since deleted the tweets. Representatives from Malik did not immediately return the rap's request for comment. One Direction fans were devastated after Malik said he would be leaving the group, with the terms Zion or Zayn Malik generating millions of tweets in just a few days. In one brighter spot of his former One Direction members, Malik's departure boosted the band's Spotify stream by over 700%. Van Halen frontman David Lee Roth managed to do some early damage during the band's Monday night concert on Hollywood Boulevard for Jimmy Kimmel Live. Unfortunately, that damage was to his face. The group had to call an abrupt stop to the first song of their set, Panama, when Roth announced he had injured his nose on his microphone. Roth said, making an apologetic exit from the stage, "Let me get this taped up." Any excuse for an extended Eddie Van Halen guitar solo, and when he returned to the stage, bandaged across his nose, Roth proved that his sense of humor at least wasn't injured. "How do I look? Like fucking Hiawatha?" Right. Roth joke. The band's performance came as the group prepared to release a new album, Tokyo Dome Live in Concert, on Tuesday. It will also embark on a tour this summer. Parts of the group's performance aired on the ABC Late Night Show Monday and Tuesday, but Van Halen's set Monday night was closed down on a portion of Hollywood Boulevard. It included numerous hits by the band, including Run with the Devil, Ain't Talking About Love, Dance the Night Away, and Hot for Teacher. As evident by the show, pioneering guitar wizard Van Halen's guitar work has none of it dazzled nearly 4 years after the release of the group's first album, and Roth remains an engaging showman at age 60, working the crowd and managing a few of his trademark high kicks, busted beak or not. During the monologue for Monday's show, Kimmel worked in a couple of good-natured jabs at the group, referencing the famously contentious dynamic among the musicians. Kimmel cracked, "Their relationship status it's complicated, but that's all right, they're playing tonight." He also had fun with the group's decades-long career. "You know that teacher that we're all hot for? She just went through menopause," the host ripped. The Rolling Stones announced dates for their new North American summer trek, dubbed the Zip Code Tour, this morning. The 15-show jaunt, which launches on May 24th in San Diego, passes over major markets the band hit on its 2012 50th anniversary and 2013 50 and counting tours, focusing on their second-tier cities like Dallas, Kansas City, Buffalo, and Orlando. The tour wraps on July 15th in Quebec. AEG Live's Concerts West is the promoter. Tickets for the dates will go on sale April 13th, although they will be available to American Express card members before the general public beginning April 8th. Mick Jagger said in an almost comically effusive statement, "We're excited to be back in North America playing stadiums this summer. We're looking forward to being back on stage and playing your favorite songs." Keith Richards added, "We love being out on the road, and it's great to come back to North America. I can't wait to get back on stage." While the band played 22 arena dates across the U.S. and Canada in 2012 and 2013, their summer treks marks the first time the group has played North American stadiums since 2005-2007's Bigger Bang tour. While details on production have not been announced, the release does say that the stage design for the stadium shows include a thrust that extends deep into the audience, allows the Stones to interact directly with their fans. A similar concept was employed for the 2012-2013 dates in the form of a circular walkway that extends halfway across arena floors. 2 days after the tour's launch, the group will unveil a reissue of one of its all-time classic albums, 1971's Sticky Fingers. The deluxe edition will include a generous selection of previously unreleased studio takes from the album's sprawling sessions, which spanned from 1968 through 1970, as well as live material from the era. Judging by the 2010 deluxe reissue of 1972's Exile on Main Street, the studio tracks will be generally superb songs that have long circulated on bootlegs, embellished with overdubs recorded 30-odd years after the original sessions. In a big show of confidence, Warner Brothers is moving New Line's Vacation into summer. The reboot of the iconic 1980s comedy franchise will hit theaters July 31st, hoping to serve as a counter-programming to Mission Impossible's Rogue Nation. Vacation, directed by John Francis Daley and Jonathan M. Goldstein, was originally set to open on October 9th. Vacation stars Chris Hemsworth, Leslie Mann, Ed Helms, Christina Applegate, and Charlie Day, with original cast members Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo making cameos. The movie is a sequel of sorts to National Lampoon's Vacation, directed by Harold Ramos from a script by John Hughes, and picks up as Rusty Griswold, played by Helms, now grown, takes his own family on a vacation. Applegate plays Griswold's wife, while Mann will portray Audrey Griswold, Rusty's sister. Hemsworth will play Audrey's husband, an up-and-coming anchorman named Stone Crandell. The 2015 Tribeca Film Festival is a fan of legendary crooner Frank Sinatra. The upcoming Film Fest announced Tuesday that its lineup will include Sinatra at 100, film and music, a centennial celebration that highlights the music legend's film career presented in collaboration with the Lincoln Motor Company. An evening of film and music at the Fest Creative Hub at Spring Studios on April 21st will feature the digital restoration of On the Town, plus live performances from Tony Bennett, Brandon Flowers of The Killers, Leah Delaria, dancing choreographers Savion Glover, Alice Smith, and J.C. Hopkins, and the 12-piece J.C. Hopkins Biggish Band. Select behind-the-scenes footage and tracks from the concert will be released online following the event via a custom mobile app developed by Immerse Media and TFF and Lincoln's YouTube channels in a 360-degree video. Tony Bennett said it in a statement, Frank Sinatra and I were best friends, and it's an honor to participate in an event that commemorates his centennial. Additionally, Some Came Running and High Society, two of Frank Sinatra's films, will be screened on April 24th. The 2015 Tribeca Film Festival runs from April 15th to the 26th. NBC announced that The Wiz will be its next live musical performance, with Cirque du Soleil boarding the project with plans to bring the show to Broadway in 2016. NBC's The Wiz, set for Thursday, December 3rd, will again be executive produced by Sounds of Music and Peter Pan duo Craig Zadan and Neil Merlin, with Tony Award-winning director Kenny Leon attached to direct both the live event as well as the Broadway revival in 2016-2017. Tony winner and Broadway icon Harvey Fierstein will contribute new material to the original book by William F. Brown and work alongside Zadan, Meron, and Leon. Leon won a 2014 Tony Award for directing A Raisin in the Sun and earned a nomination for Fences. Fierstein, as a writer, won Tonys for La Cage à la Folles and Torch Songs trilogy. He also written books for musical hits, including Kicking Boots and Newsies. As an actor, he's won Tonys for Best Actor in a Musical, Hairspray, and Best Actor in a Play, Torch Song. NBC's entertainment chairman Bob Greenblatt said, "We love this yearly tradition, and we're more excited than ever not only to bring another Broadway musical to America's living rooms, but also see it land on Broadway as well." He also added, "It's a natural new step for our live music, and we're so pleased to be in business with this award-winning creative team and Scott Ziegler, president and managing director of Cirque du Soleil's new theatrical division. Cirque's incredible imagination will help bring the fantasy world of Oz vividly to life and give this great show a modern spin on the age-old story we all love." The Wiz is adapted from L. Frank Baum's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, with a book by Brown and music and lyrics by Charlie Smalls. The production opened on Broadway in 1975 at the Majestic Theater and won 7 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. It ran 4 years. The Wiz is a retelling of Oz in an African-American multicultural context. It was adapted as a film in 1978 starring Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, Lena Horne, and Richard Pryor. The third time was the charm for the National Geographic Channel. The cable network debuted its latest script effort on Sunday night. It starred adaptation in Bill O'Reilly's Killing Book series and earned its most watched telecast to date. The 3-hour Killing Jesus averaged 3.7 million viewers, up to 300,000 from the previous picks about President Kennedy and Lincoln. Timing the launch to Easter weekend and hoping to capitalize on the overall interest in religious fare, Killing Jesus also brought in a 1.0 rating among adults 25 over 54. Killing Jesus will likely gross quite a few more viewers over the course of the week on corporate sibling Fox News channel. The home of O'Reilly, it will air the telepic on April 3rd, Good Friday, and April 5th, Easter Sunday. This collaboration was not without its share of controversy. The premiere and promotional ramp-up coincided with recent shots at O'Reilly's credibility, including the questioning of facts in his 2012 tome, Killing Kennedy. Apparently, this didn't put much of a damper on Jesus. And finally, Justin Bieber was the butt of everyone's joke on Monday when Comedy Central aired its highly anticipated roast of the Believe singer. Kevin Hart, Natasha Leggero, Snoop Dogg, Chris D'Elia, Hannibal Buress, Ludacris, Martha Stewart, Shaquille O'Neal, and SNL's Pete Davidson were all featured on the show as they took the opportunity to hit Bieber with their best shot. The 21-year-old didn't miss his chance to fight back, however, blasting them during his rebuttal by saying, "What do you call when you give a teenager $200 million? A bunch of has-beens calling you a lesbian for 2 hours." The rap chose the 7 most outrageous moments from the public bashing of the singer, who was described as having, quote, the driving skills of Stevie Wonder. Roastmaster Kevin Hart said in his introduction, "Unfortunately, Selena Gomez couldn't be here tonight just because she didn't want to come. There's no reason. I wish I had something better to tell you. I don't." And don't think Bieber's monkey Mally was excused from the abuse, as Hart told him. That was a privileged Beverly Hills monkey, and you dropped him in Germany. Now that monkey is in a German zoo sucking rhino dick. Hannibal Buress gets credit and blame for exposing Bill Cosby. After his stand-up act encouraged a lot of slew of women to come out and accuse the Cosby Show star of sexual assault, Buress was the one in the spotlight. Davidson said, "Hannibal Buress is famous for exposing Bill Cosby and only for exposing Bill Cosby. But he deserves it. Bill Cosby hurt those women without even caring about the consequences. That Hannibal Buress would become famous." When Bieber later took the mic, he admitted that he didn't know much about Buress, but, quote, "But from what I'm hearing, I hope you don't know much about me either," he said. Normally prim and proper, Martha Stewart was the target of countless obscene jokes and took it all in stride, including being dubbed NBA legend O'Neal's baby mama. "Once you go Shaq, you never go back, right, Martha?" he quipped. When the queen of homemaking took the stage, she had harsh words in return for both O'Neal and Ludacris, taking jabs at their weight and their womanizing. She told Ludacris, "May I suggest pulling out some time and finishing on some fine, absorbing Martha Stewart bedlining." She also said she deadpanned before mentioning gardening and telling comedian Natasha Leggero, "One of the highest rated episodes on my show, Martha Stewart Living, was when me and Snoop made brownies together, and I used his recipe ever since. As a matter of fact, I ate 3 of them right before they called and asked me to do this roast." And she also deadpanned before mentioning and telling comedian Natasha Leggero, "You're without a doubt the dirtiest, most used up hoe I've ever seen." Bieber gets jailhouse tips from an ex-con. In her very own Get Hard moment, Stewart said the real reason she was there was to give Justin advice for when he inevitably ends up in jail. She said, "I've been in the lockup, and you wouldn't last a week," she said, telling him the first thing he needed was a good homemade shank. Possibly the most chill-out star of the day as Snoop Dogg got ripped by Ludacris and never broke his cool. The rapper and Furious 7 star said, "You're a legend," which is a nice way of saying you're old as fuck. "You only do it doggy style because it's easier on your lower back." When Snoop took the stage, he kicked back and simply told everyone, "I don't need no warm-up. I've been smoking and drinking all night." While black people normally hate it when white people try to steal their culture, minus the discrimination and police brutality, Bieber is an exception according to Snoop. "We don't mind him smoking weed in public while sagging in the club, pissing in a mop bag, living in a mansion while playing loud music and hating the neighbors for not welcoming change," he revealed. "Welcome to the family, my nigga." Jeffrey Ross had a Game of Thrones moment. As one of the most hated young stars in entertainment, Bieber reminded one roaster of George R.R. Martin's despised teenage monarch. "Face it, Biebs, you become a cocky little shit," roast veteran Jeffrey Ross said. "You're the King Joffrey of pop." After 2 hours of obscene jokes and dark humor, including a little bit about the Holocaust and Uber, Bieber closed the show with a humbling speech about his bad behavior. He said, "Let's get serious for a second. There was really no preparing me for this life. I was thrown into this at 12 years old. There have been moments I'm am really proud of. In a lot of moments, I'm pretty disappointed in myself for it. But the thing that I have done don't define who I am, he said. And he also pledged, promising that he will rise from this fall. I am a kind-hearted person who loves people, and through it all, I lost some of my best qualities. For that, I'm sorry. And he concluded by saying, I am excited for you to see what's next. And that is your entertainment report for Tuesday, March 31st, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. Or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to our page. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.